All right, here's how you do lesson 9.02a independent practice. Here we're making predictions using the theoretical probability of a simple event. Like, for example, problem number one here, we're talking about a card is drawn from a shuffled deck at random. Find the theoretical probability of drawing a heart. If you remember the VR lesson we did yesterday, basically a standard deck of cards has 52 cards. So there are 52 cards in total. And out of those 52 cards, 13 of them are hearts. Okay. So the theoretical probability of drawing a heart, it will be 13 out of 52. But if you use the calculator, all right, it's going to come out to be 1 out of 4. All right. So that's this first question here. Now I'm going to use this probability, this theoretical probability. Remember, theoretical probability is what's the probability that something happens before you even try it. But let's say you try it now 104 times. Okay, so we need to make a prediction. How many times out of those 104 times you will get a heart? And basically what you're going to do is you're going to take the probability, the theoretical probability, 1/4, and you're going to multiply by 504. And that will give you an idea how many times your card, how many times you're going to get a heart from the deck of cards if the probability, the theoretical probability is 1/4. So let's do that. 1/4 times 504. And you can see that you can expect like around 126 times to be the card to be a heart if you draw a card from the standard deck 504 times. Let's go to the next problem. In problem number two here we're flipping a coin. You know, a coin has two sides. All right. And one side is head and the other side is tail. Now, what's the probability that you land on head? The theoretical probability. Well, out of the two sides, only one side is head. So that will be 1/2. Now, that's the remember, this is the theoretical probability. Now, to make a prediction, you're going to take the theoretical probability, 1/2, and they ask you, you're going to multiply, and they ask you how many times out of, let's say you flip the coin instead of once, you flip it 126 times. How many of those 126 times you're going to get head? Just take the theoretical probability and multiply by the total number of times you're going to do this experiment. And when you do this in the calculator, that's how you're going to get 63. Okay? And that's how you do problem number two. Let's go to the next one. Here's problem number three. And problem number three, basically, we have a jar, okay, with 10 red, 18 blue, and 9 green. And they're asking you what is the theoretical probability you draw a blue marble. So first thing we need to do is we need to figure out how many marbles I have in total here. So you can use a calculator, you can do mental math. I'm going to use the calculator here. So 10 plus 18 plus 9, I get 37. So out of these 37 marbles, okay, how many are blue? And blue is 18. Now, always check if you can simplify your fraction. So I'm going to do here 18 over 37. And I'm going to click the circle. You can see it stays the same. So remember what you did here. This is the theoretical probability. Now they want me to make a prediction. So what I highlighted in yellow, the theoretical probability, is when you only take out one blue marble. So you put your hand inside the jar only one time. But let's say you put the hand inside the jar 370 times, okay? How many of those 370 times is going to be a blue marble? So now you're going to do is take the theoretical probability and you're going to multiply by how many times you're going to do it. So 370 times. And again, you can use the calculator here. So I'm going to do 18 out of 37. I'm going to multiply that by 370. And you can see that I can expect that out of the 370 times, 180 times the marble that I pick, it will be blue. All right, let's go to the last question. So here we're gonna spin this. I'm gonna use this spinner, okay? And they ask you what is the theoretical probability that will land on pink. Now, if you look at the spinner has how many slices in total? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So my theoretical probability, my fraction, is going to have denominator 6. And out of those 6, how many of those slices are pink? Only one. Okay. So that's my theoretical probability. But that is this probability that I got here of getting a pink, landing on pink, is if I only spin once. What happened if I spin 72 times? How many of those 72 times I will get pink? So you're going to do the same thing I have done in the other one. You're going to take the theoretical probability and you're going to multiply by how many times you're going to spin, 72 times. And again, you can use your calculator and you're going to see this is going to be around 12 times. All right. And this is how you do this lesson.